What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony, and you're checking out Breakout Daily here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today, we have a mail call. This is, I believe it's 15 books. Could be wrong. Could be 14 books that I picked up from Comic Expo. You can check these guys out on Instagram. But of course, if this is your first time checking out our videos, make sure and hit that follow button, subscribe button down below. I appreciate it. And check us out on Instagram at break.outdaily and on TikTok at Breakout Daily, where we share all kinds of stuff. So without further ado, let's open this box up and see what we got here. There's the first book. There it is. So I did buy these from what's called a Pop Shop Live. It's essentially a first come, first serve kind of situation. Now, I will say this. I've bought over 100 books, probably a couple hundred books doing this. It's hit and miss, guys. So you got to be super fast on what you're doing, how much it is. One of the books in here I accidentally bought. The price hit a little later than after I hit the button, and I was stuck with the book. So bad on me. I should have worked it and should have asked them to show it. Now, the way that, again, Pop Shop works is depending on who's hosting and what have you, sometimes you get one of these to where we're looking at my first book I picked up here, which is a sensational She-Hulk Fabulous #1 issue. And what they'll do is if they're pulling and posting books, it'll be, hey, we're going to post this for $3, and sometimes bam, it gets posted, and you got that quick to respond. And in this case, that's really what happened. Not everybody does this that way. There's some guys that have stuff preloaded and they just drop it all. There's some guys that just pull stuff out. They do requests. There's a lot of different things. I'll go into that in a different video. Let's look at the stack of books. We're going to start it off, though, of course, with the sensational She-Hulk Fabulous first issue right here. Now, I did not realize, and you're gonna hear me say this several times today, I didn't realize some of the damage that was on some of these books. This one has, that's not good at all. In fact, had I known this, I wouldn't have bought it. Half the cover is split. So unfortunately, the cover's beautiful, and when you do that, I didn't catch it. So this cover is half split right here along the spine. So anyways, I guess this is just going to my dollar bin now. That sucks. So there's that one. This next comic I'm super stoked about. This is the Invincible Iron Man 118. So this is the first appearance of Rhodey. Oops. And this book is in pretty good condition. A couple of tiny spine ticks. The staple, it was a misstaple from, I'm assuming, the manufacturer. But anyway, check this book out. Color's still pretty good. Cover's in pretty good shape. Could probably use a press. Maybe a little cleaning up on the still 35. Anyways, this is the first appearance of Jame Rhodes, Rhodey, in Iron Man. I am anticipating this book jumping some with the War Machine show coming out. I believe Don Cheadle is reprising his role. So happy to add this to the collection. That one I may get graded. I'm not sure. Next book. I've never seen this book before, but I was happy to buy it. It was like a couple bucks. That is the Marvel Custom Edition, exclusive, not for resale, even though it was resold. Official movie collectible, and I'm talking Venom the movie from AMC. Check that out. That's pretty cool. It's in really good shape. Anyways, I haven't seen one of these. Obviously, this was something that came out with the movie. It was a promo, I'm sure, that AMC did when Venom 1 came out with Tom Hardy. Good looking book. Another welcomed item to the collection. This next book, I don't want to say it's controversial because I don't know. The MCU and DC are just running rampant with different things, different stories, different character introductions, and so much. And this is one of the big ones. I actually have another cover coming in of this, a variant of the same book, and it's the United States of Captain America, Aaron Fisher, Captain America of the Railways. So this is one cover I have now, and again, I've got another cover coming in. And if you know, or if you're following this, you know what I'm talking about. So it's a bit of a controversial thing to some people. To me, at this point in time with comic collecting and with the diversity in which all of these studios are going, these publishers, the artists, everything, it's fair game for whatever stories that they want to tell in what direction. So there's that guy. This one I got for a good deal. Another quick one. It's in fair shape. It's definitely got some spine ticks in it. It's got some wear up on the top. It's not in perfect condition. The ink's pretty good though. Looks pretty good, and he definitely needs a press and a cleaning. Now, some of these books are in pretty rough shape, and again, I can't say this enough. When you're buying books, whether it's an auction or a quick click site or whatever, you have to be prepared to possibly get something unless the seller notes it or it's a graded comic. You have to be prepared to get some stuff that is not in 9.8 or 9.0 or 8.0 area. And some of this, it was too quick and too difficult. And so I hope that these will be long-term collectors as opposed to short, and I can recoup some money as far as the value goes. Anyways, I was happy to buy this one. This was a good book. Inhumans #1. A lot of speculation on something going on with this in the near future. So happy to add that. Here's a couple, and actually let me flip this one over. That's the big boy that I bought inadvertently that I hope can pan out. Anyways, this next book is a bit of a rough shape book, and actually the next couple are in rough shape. It's got like some water damage on it. The corner's torn. It's not looking too pretty, but it is Avengers #50. So I've been digging on these older X-Men books, as you guys know, but I started to throw down on a couple of Avengers and a couple of other things. Anyways, Avengers #50, definitely not the prettiest book. Pretty low grade for what it is. And that doesn't change when we move over to this. I bought this because of the cover. And I don't regret it. It is in rough shape. This thing is torn up. But look at the cover on this. This is your Thor 150. Beautiful cover. Unfortunately, the comic's not beautiful. But again, the Thor and the Avengers, and I think I've got a couple more in the stack, will just go into the collection. You know, if they get crazy at some point, will I sell it? Sure, but I don't anticipate that. This was another one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Urban Legends. This is in a really good shape. Looks good. I don't think it's worth little to anything, but I still like it. And there's a couple of those comics that we're going to be looking at today in this stack. We've got Raiders of the Lost Ark #1, a Marvel movie series. This book's in great condition. Again, I think it needs to be pressed. I mean, a lot of these books from really that I own and that I've seen and that I've handled, any of the books from like the 90s era and before, you can just tell that they're begging to be pressed. And this is one of them. I mean, it looks pretty good, but there it is. Raiders of the Lost Ark #1. Not worth much. This next thing I'm super happy to own. I didn't spend much for it, and these are in great condition. And I'm talking Willow. You guys remember this movie? I loved this movie as a kid, even though, truth be told, as a child watching this, the dog wolf thing scared the living shit out of me and kept me up. So anyways, it's Willow 1 and Willow 2, both newsstand variants. And yeah, I'm glad to have these in there. Are they worth a ton? Not at all. But Willow, I believe, is being remade or will be remade soon. And it's just a cool thing and nostalgia more than anything. So Willow 1 and 2. We got another cool cover. This one is in rough shape as well. But I couldn't resist because of the Mandarin. This thing is got some spine issues. It's got a bit rough on the cover and one hell of a crease, like the page was folded in half. And I'm talking Incredible Hulk #107 with the Mandarin. zapping him with his rings right there. Still a beautiful book, though, and that's one of the things I am starting to appreciate more and more as I've gotten into this hobby is some of these older covers, are they the coolest and most technically astute or whatever you want to call it as far as art design and everything? No, but they're still, I just appreciate the looks on some of these and their characters that I'm aware of. Here is another one, Avengers 49. Mine is the power. This one's rough. Again, rough around the edge. It's been folded. It's definitely not the prettiest comic you've ever seen. There it is. Bow. And then we have a polybagged Superman. I can't remember if this was 500. Yeah, it is. This is a polybagged Superman 500. Still, I believe it's still fully sealed. I do have a couple of copies of this. Anyways, there's a couple of bucks. I'll throw it into my Superman collection, which is not my Superman collection. I've got some cooler modern books. Nothing too crazy. I did pick up this Reborn #1 with the black and white, or Captain American Reborn #1. This is the black and white variant, and the cover was done by John Cassaday. And it's noted Captain America, Bucky Barnes, Vision, Black Widow, Sharon Carter, Armin Zola, Falcon, Hank Pym, and Norman Osborn appearance. This is rated 9.6, and man, that it's kind of strange. The 9.6 is like fading. Anyways, the book looks good, and it's still in a sealed bag. I got this for, I think, $30, $35. Is it worth a ton of money? No, not at all. But for $35, I'm more than happy to add it to the collection. So there is that as well. Now, on to the book that I don't think I fucked up on this, and you guys will have to you'll have to tell me because I could be epically wrong. This next book, saw them show it. They showed it really quick. Again, it was dark. I didn't get the price because I was trying to buy it. And this was a FOMO moment, a fear of missing out moment. And there's a lot of hype around this book. So hopefully I didn't just epically screw myself. And that's this guy right here. Special Marvel edition featuring Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. And so there it is. Now, this book's in pretty good shape for what it is, okay? There's some noticeable spine ticks in this bad boy. There's a little love on the edge. The corner is missing a tiny piece, and then the edge is a bit rough. Other than that, I feel like the color on this thing is looking pretty good. And the overall art is looking pretty good. A press will get rid of some of the goofiness with it. Obviously, I'm not getting any pieces of the book back because I'm not going to do a restored on this. But I'm hoping if I did get a press on it, maybe a mid-grade. And these things are all over the place right now because of Shang-Chi, the up-and-coming MCU movie. So, again, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. This, I don't even know if I want to tell you what I paid for this because it was sight unseen. I got this. Special Marvel edition featuring Hands of Shang-Chi. Number 15, first appearance. And this has a ton of first appearances in it. In fact, let me pull that up real quick because I think I can tell you what it is. And so I've looked at this book online, and I'm sure you guys have seen it online, whether you're following people on Instagram that are posting big books like I do, or if you are following the MCU movies or what have you, you've seen the book because I've seen it several times. I've seen the mid grades, they're creeping up. The lower grades are creeping and kind of jumping up into the $500 to $600 range, $700 range, and then as you get into that 5, 6, 7 area, you're well over 1,000. 7, 8, 9 area, you're through the roof, and we're going to continue seeing this as stuff goes. There it is. So let me pull. Tales of Suspense 62 is another one. That's really cool. That's the origin of the Mandarin. And then, of course, with the Abomination out in the new Shang-Chi trailer, that book has gone through the roof, and that's Tales of Astonish 90. Let me find this book. Okay, so this special Marvel edition, low-grade copies, according to Key Collector, which is wrong, is $160, mid is $500, and high is $1.5. I feel like those prices are wrong because what I saw online, I didn't see any of these for $160. I saw books in this condition and worse for $500 to $600, and then it just goes up through the roof. So this is the first appearance of Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, the first appearance of Sir Dennis Nayland Smith, first appearance of Fu Manchu, father of Shang-Chi, later to be renamed as Zhang Zhu, first appearance of Sin Fan, a secret society with an allegiance to Fu Manchu. So obviously this is probably the prime key. It has to be as far as pricing goes. Oh no, I'm wrong. Mandarin outdoes it. Mr. Tales of Suspense 50. Damn it. That would be a cool book to get. Anyways, that's not the book I have. This is the book I have. And I use keycollector.com cover price. And often am looking at guys' Instagram from Elite Comics, Tom 101, 3 Minute Basement. I mean, I try to utilize all of my resources to kind of keep up with stuff and to follow it. I'm not dedicated to any one service or any one provider because I feel like I want to cast a big net, pulling as much information. Am I always right? Hell no. Am I always wrong? Hell no. Sometimes I get lucky. Sometimes I don't. The Sensational She-Hulk, that book, I got screwed on. This book, I feel like I could do okay, but we'll see. We'll see what I can do. I think that the color is good enough to where at least that's going to hold. And then I'm going to take a pretty good hit as far as grading goes for the damage to it, I think is where I'm going to lose my ass on this book. Anyways, that is the mail call for today, and I was stoked picking these books up. Obviously, the hope here with some of these books is to be able to get them graded and then understand what their true value is, because in raw form, I could probably make my money back on some of these books and maybe a little bit. I don't want to do that. I'd like to get them graded. Especially because Shang-Chi's coming out pretty quick, probably faster than I'm going to get it graded. Hopefully that's not the case, but possibly. But I'm assuming that Shang-Chi, and we're going to be introduced to a ton of characters with that movie, so we'll get a little bit more life out of it. Anyways, guys, that's the mail call. Thank you so much for checking out the Breakout Daily here on YouTube. Again, stop by our Instagram at break.outdaily. And check us out on TikTok, guys, at Breakout Daily as well. We appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Anthony, and we'll catch up with you guys in the next video.